V-News is your word-of-mouth driven one-stop shop online. Catch up on the current events, read the reviews if you need the scoop or just want to hear what they're saying. Get the hottest celebrity news and the official media releases and feeds daily. And join the networks that suit you. Even build your own networks and create your own following. You love social media? Then V-News is on for you. Entrepreneurs, V-News is where you can promote your services. Advertising and marketing plans are available. Membership through vnews.net is also available and has its privileges. V-News will automatically boost your search engine ranking. Offering 24/7 support, V-News has you covered. Based out of Las Vegas, no matter who, what, or where it's going down, Sin City is on lockdown by V-News. It's on.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of The Conversation Piece. Actually, we're going to have the Antidote show on today, okay? Because we have Miss Juels of Rome. She's here with us today. We was having a little technical difficulties. I'm going to show a little commercial at first, but you know what I'm saying? It's okay. We'll bring it in during the middle of the show. So don't worry, you haven't missed anything, but we just didn't want to have dead air, so I figured I better start talking, okay? So we have Miss Juels of Rome all the way from California. She is here with us today live. How are you today, Miss Juels?
I am good. Michelle, how are you?
I am awesome. Juels, you got to tell us how you got that name, Juels of Rome. You got to tell us all about that.
So I am an interior design major. I actually I fell in love with the Roman architect. But generally the whole concept when I started around 2008, I want to say, which was kind of in an era where the whole opportunity was opening up for an independent artist to just be more independent. You know, it was before it was just more of like you have to get seen by a label and whatnot. So my concept is I wanted to help as many, talents to be successful in the, business. So the whole name around it is everybody calls me Juels, of course. It's kind of my nickname, stuck with me since I was a kid. So Juels is being my talents of my empire in a sense. So.
Okay, girl. So you talk about music industry. How long have you been in the music industry?
Well, I've been in the music space in general my entire life since I was born. I'm just grateful my family was also in the music industry, my great-grandfather, as well as my uncle, which was, most people know him, from back then. His name was Eddie Cano. He actually did a lot of piano with a lot of the Latin world, Celia Cruz, Tito Puente, and many of those great legends. And then my great-grandfather also led the Mexican orchestra. So my parents, when they met, they were in the industry. And so I've been in the industry my entire life. It's kind of like I don't really know anything different, grew up, dancing, singing, modeling, you name it, had my own band by the time I was 15. But as far as behind the scenes, for about I want to say it's about 15 years now.
Wow, 15 years. So I read that you taught tap?
I actually did at a point. I was about 13, I want to say. I had already been dancing for some years. Mainly modern jazz. So I did teach some of my younger, the younger, I don't even call them colleagues. The younger kids, I taught them tap, yeah.
Girl, let me tell you a funny story about tap with me. Listen, so my parents bought me these shoes, right? They're my Michael Jackson shoes. I had the penny loafers. And I would always wear my shoes out. So they put taps on them so I wouldn't wear them out so fast. Child tapped all around that school to the point.
That's so cute.
Like they had to take them taps off, but I just knew I was a tap dancer. I ain't
know. Yes, you was.
I ain't know nothing about it, but girl, I was tapping around that school with them tap shoes on.
I love it. That's so cute.
So with that being said, give me some of your highlights or memorable moments of being in the industry, because I hear you work with a lot of great people. Like your list is phenomenal. people you work with. So what are some of your great highlights or moments of working in this industry?
To be honest, probably the biggest thing that I get, like, I just thrive from, I want to say, is one, being able to have came up with so many great talented partners, affiliates. Vanessa is one, um and some of my partners that, like, for example, my partner, Chris Tyson, I've actually been, we've been kind of working side by side for some years. I actually met him through his cousin, who's also an artist. He's like 15 years ago, and the whole, I was just helping him get into different shows and stuff like that and traveling. But his story is amazing. Like, by 2013, he broke a Post Malone song, Iverson, on SoundCloud, and then from there, the rest is history. Today, he's the #1 music media marketing girl.
Wow.
And we service, I represent that company, of course, which is Viral Media Boost. But we also have another company called Music Funding, and a few other things. But he's amazing. We've serviced about 60% of the music industry, 60,000 counting independents, and every music label. People that I see just kind of build with me. Tiffany Gaines is another one. I've known her for quite some time and was grateful to just, be in the same surroundings. And I've been working with her, now, directly for, as a partner affiliate for, I don't know, some years now. I don't know how many years, but we've known each other for quite some time as well. But that itself is just like such a great feeling, to be able to say, we knew each other at one point when we weren't really nothing, or we just had the same aligned goals in a sense, and here we are today. And it's literally, I mean, as an entrepreneur, I always tell them we're like the professional solutionist, because it's not like a easy thing at all. You constantly regrouping, you constantly have to, go back and, okay, this didn't work, but this worked, but it's a constant, it's a constant development, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the next level in a sense. So just the fact that we can sustain and be, and just do what we love to do and help others is just amazing. So that's probably one of my biggest ones. But then I also love the fact of just helping others and just being able to, one of my favorite things in this, and I love what I do because I represent so many talents, now don't get me wrong. Not to be respectfully, not to be, not that, but let's just say respectfully, I will turn down a lot of people, and that's not something, in a bad way. Before I used to feel guilty about it, but now I don't. Because, at the end of the day, you just can't work with everybody. That's just the bottom line. And not everybody meshes well together,
Right.
So it has to make sense and it has to mesh well, and I've learn to just understand that. And that's like in anything, relationships, friendships, whatever. So of course, in business, it has to mesh well. So for me, with my clients, even, with that being said, the ones that I do take on, the ones that I do represent and fully represent, I have 100% belief in, we mesh well, we're like family, and to be able to see their rise, through it all is just, it's just a great feeling because I feel, one, we all have a purpose. Every single one of us here on this earth.
That's right.
The thing is majority of our population don't
know their purpose.
General population, you know what I'm saying? So general population, of course, don't even have the thought process,
Right.
But the ones that do, which are the few of us who are the creators, we are the developers, we are the ones that actually make a difference and change things for a massive amount of people, and that's including the music, the artists, and that's including, any brands or any, household name brands, let's just say, whether it be a appliance or a clothing brand or, you know, an artist or a media group, it doesn't matter. You become part of society.
That's
And
right.
what it is that we are accepting, or what, you know, part of something that we go to as a resource, you know, for whatever it may be. So I think that, you know, the real gift behind it is the fact that I get to take those ideas from somebody and, like, whatever it is that they want to do and bring to the world, and I get to help share it. And I
Right.
think that's an amazing thing. Like, I couldn't ask for a better place, and I'm just grateful that God, you know, God is
I
good.
know
So
that's right. That's
yeah.
awesome. So you say you work with a lot of different people in the industry. Do you mind naming a few? And who haven't you worked with that you would love to work with? I know me, of course, you know, we just getting in, so you know.
Well, I'll answer the last question first. Who would I want to work with that I haven't worked with? To be honest, I think that a lot, you know, everything I do has a lot of prayer. And
Absolutely.
yeah, because I can't do this by myself. I'm not even gonna lie to
That's
you. I'm not
right.
gonna
I
fret or
love
nothing.
that. I
So
mean, because we got to put him first. If we don't put
absolutely.
him first and seek him in everything, we're gonna deceive ourselves. So I'm
Yeah.
so glad that you said that, because my platform, a lot of people that view and listen are believers, and they have to
Yeah.
understand that we got to, and some of them are not believers, and I got that. But I want us to be the examples to let them know that, listen, we're not doing this on our own. You're
No,
not watching Marshall. You watching
absolutely.
God work through Marshall to bring
Absolutely.
you the information that you need to help you get to your next level. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate you saying that. Yes,
Yeah, I need strength every day.
absolutely.
So with that said, you know, I've never personally been like this, you know, I don't know, this group, I don't know if you call it groupie or
A
whatever you call it.
groupie, right?
Yeah, I've never been, you know, that. I mean, like, I grew up, with Pancho Sanchez around. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know,
Right,
I grew up with big people
right.
around, and
At the
that's
end
just
of the
kind of
day,
like,
you're the celebrity. Like, for real, you need my autograph. Like, are you tripping? That's what I
but
tell them. They like,
don't get me wrong though. Like, I would be probably like, I think, you know, I think about in the craft of somebody that I would love to meet, like
uh-huh.
Pharrell Williams, or, you know,
Yes,
Alicia Keys, or, you know, because these people, they're not
yes.
just artists. They've accomplished so much and just had so many, and it would just be such an honor to be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, but other than that, I'm not like, oh, you know, like, I can't wait to see this person, or I can't wait to work with this person. I don't really have that, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Um, so at the end of the day, I really just kind of follow my lead. You know, wherever God puts me, that's where I'm at. And
That's
I
right.
am grateful because He's put so many people in my
In
circle
your
that
path,
sometimes I have
right?
to sit down and just kind of take it all in and just pray and, like, wow, you know. So with that said, as far as people that I represent, that I guess I would highlight in a sense as of the immediate moment. So I do represent a political party from Africa, which is probably one of my biggest ones. I can't really say too much about names or whatever, but, you know, soon you will see. But, you know, he's amazing. He's actually represents a movement, and we have, you know, partnerships with, like, Diaspora and many other movements that are from Africa to bring resources to
Mm-hmm.
Africa, you know, like roads and water wells and toilets, you know, things that
Right.
we
Running
have
water.
as necessities, but they don't have. So
Yes.
that's probably one of the biggest ones, you know, that I can think of. But I mean, well, absolutely is the biggest one. But other than that, I have some great, you know, talents that I am currently working with that have hit some great milestones, and we actually have some good stuff coming up soon. Little Sick is one. He's actually on the he's in Cali now, but he was from Texas. He has a production company. We have movies coming out, PAX. We have some other ones we're working on now, LA Pressure. Everything that he's came and told me he was going to do 4 years ago, he's literally surpassed, and we're on level 3 now. So like we've literally surpassed every goal that we wanted to hit, and now
That's
we're
awesome.
kind of above. They have a movement called Viral Boys that's pretty big in Hollywood, usually throughout spring and summer. Now it's kind of, everybody's kind of going inside now, but we got some tours I'm working on. I have I have my assistant that's amazing, Vince Gonzalez. Like, I'm so grateful for him. He's like my brother. He is also a co-host at Dash Radio. He's got some radio shows coming out. Then I also have Tycho 44 is another great one. He's one of Little Boozie's artists. He's making lots of waves right now. We actually just did a show the other night, which was really, really cool, because Jim Jones stopped his set just to play his song, in the crowd. So that was a really great movement. And I give it up to his manager, Q, good friend of mine. So and that's just to name a few. There's so many of them. I can't but those are probably the bigger ones that people would see, what I'm saying, at the moment, like that actually see that are moving and shaking. But there's so many of them. Ashanti Major is one of my female artists. She's actually on my roster. I have Hot Tunes. He's on my roster. He's actually coming out with a clothing line. I just have so many, what I'm saying? But right. They're all amazing. Shout out to all of y'all.
I know that's right. Shout out. Boom. So, Jules, let me ask you this, because you've been in the industry so long and you have so many young people that want to come into the industry, and you've been in it and you know the ins and outs of it. Can you drop a few jewels for them, some jewels for them, for the youth that want to come into this industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I personally experienced just being behind the scenes for so long, and I'll share this. I actually do share this with my artists when I talk to them on the call, like we do free consultations, whatever. And I just want to share this because I think it's really important. One of the things that I realized and why I kind of took a direction in what I'm doing now is a lot of in the music industry, really in any industry generally, if you think about it, we all come from the same community. We're not taught financial literacy. We're not taught the fundamentals of how to put a business together. So those things are number one, very, very important. A lot of times, majority of all of us, including myself, we don't even pay attention to it until it matters. You know what I'm saying? And when it matters, it's like we're doomed. You know what I'm saying? We got to regroup and redo everything, right? So one of the things that, kind of took me in shock in a sense is I've been behind the scenes for 15 years, around the time that I left behind the scenes specifically, because I represented a booking agency for for quite some time. So I left the behind the scenes completely to just kind of work, in a distance in a sense. I mean, I still tap in or whatever, but I'm not there, and one of those things that I realized is how many talents that we blew up as far as clout wise, but hadn't really built a legacy yet, hadn't really started to even make money yet. And that blew my mind. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't get it. So, what we hear a lot about it, and I'm not going to say names. I'm sure if you guys go search or you're online or whatever, there's so many artists that are now coming out and talking about it, how they got a bad deal, or when they first got in, they did it, they weren't making any money, or they get their whole catalogs bought out from up under them, or et cetera, et cetera. And this happens so often. But so the number one thing that I would say, actually two things. The first one is going to be mindset. Because you can't do anything without mindset. And none of us,
a positive mindset.
Yeah, none of us, to be honest, ever probably even had that when we first from development, on. So it is a lot of work. It is something that, when you finally reach that point to say, okay, this is what I need to work on, it can be overwhelming. But I promise, take the steps, because there's two types of hard, you know, and there's one hard that you are doomed and you really, you know, you're in a position where you don't have anything. Like, it's just like life in general, we need to be set in a sense so that we can take care of home, we could take care of family, we could take care of ourselves, we could take care of, you know, our future when we are too sick, or when we, you know, we just experienced COVID, you know, like, and there was so much going on, so much that I'm sure that so many of us wanted to do, but we couldn't, you know, we're stuck, we're limited with resources or funds or whatever it may be. Don't put yourself in that place. Don't ever allow that to happen. So in order to not allow that to happen, number one is going to be the mindset. It's going to be a constant thing. You're going to end up doing it every single day like a mantra when you wake up. And you can literally, and this is even goes for even rappers. I actually have an online course that I'm working on, and I'll get into that in a second. But in my online course, you know, I actually gathered several different, you know, artists that are talking, you know, and they say this. Little Baby says it, Big Sean, you know, so many of them, where all they did was like a mantra before they even got famous, you know, of just positioning themselves of where they're at today. So really, in general, if you think about everything around us is created, everything, this camera we're on, the computer we're on, everything is created and comes from an idea. But in order to get that idea into actual reality, there's a process that has to happen. And number one thing is you have to believe.
That's right.
You know, you have to believe in where it is you're going and what it is that you're doing. And, you know, again, I'm grateful because God is good. Like, and I can't do it without him. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, I think we all can doubt ourselves at times, you know, but it's natural. There's so much going on around us. There's so many things. So that I would say first, and then, and you know, the second that would fall in, that's number one, would be business. Understand the business. Very, very important. There's so much to it in a music business, but you could literally, if you do it right, you can have about an average, I want to say, of 13 streams of income from your music, and even other things like shows and merch, and, you know, you get into whatever else, NFTs, whatever, you can literally just build on it, and it could just be substantially a lot of streams. But you want to have the knowledge of your music administration, of your business, of, you know, your credit. You know, you want to make sure that you have all those things on point, because without it, it's just not going to work.
Now, let me tell you, let me ask you this. I know that you have written a book. Can they find all this information in your book? And tell us about that book. I'm waiting on my copy. Like, tell us about the book.
Oh, I did. I actually sent you a copy this morning. So this is my book, Your Secrets, The Secrets Sauce. Sorry, Your Engine to Success in the Music Business. I actually tried to, you know, fill it in with just some images so that people can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about. But what I talk about in this book is I pretty much talk about the recipe that it takes to get the brand to the next level. You know, in the music business, there's never been, really almost in any business, but we're going to talk about the music business. There's never been a roadmap or a guide to, you know, and a lot of times that's where we fail, because we go to the deal and we're leaning on somebody. You know, if you think about it, to go and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything against getting signed to a deal or a label. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it if you can do that yourself. Yet, you know, there are some people that have a good strategy plan. And if you have a good strategy plan implemented in the concept of getting in the deal and making it work for you, then that is good too, you know, but you have to strategize. Alicia Keys actually is what I mentioned her earlier. She's the first woman to ever go into a deal and come out. Which is amazing, you know, and she like did it successfully, you know, so that's a huge accomplishment. But in general, if you're going to do anything in the business. You just want to understand and know everything, so you have a good idea of where you're going, what it takes to actually break. Because here's the thing, when a deal, even a label, if you're going to a label situation, they want to see numbers, they want to see movement, they want to see that you're trending. Like, you need to be clout before you go to a label. And then even when you do, they're going to expect that you are going to carry that same momentum. So you want to have a base knowledge of what it is to do that. And a lot of times, a lot of artists will say, oh, I just have a great record, I have a great thing on this. They don't care about that. They want to know that there is a revenue that can be made here, that this is an investment for them, that there's something going to come out from it. So it has to make sense. But also for you as an artist, you want to know what it is that how it is to do this. So I do talk about the actual recipe of what it takes to take the brand to the next level. And it's pretty much, there's 4 parts I talk about, which is, social media presence, music media presence, online, and ground presence. But I go into detail a little bit so that most artists can have some type of resource to have, in their journey or whatever it is they're doing, as a reference of knowing what to do opposed to not knowing. There's so many great talents out here, and a lot of us, including, like I said, myself, I did the same. We pivot. We may be doing one of the 4 parts, but we're missing 3. Or we're doing maybe 2 parts, but we're missing 2. So if you think of a car and you're missing the power steering, well, of course, you don't go too far. So it's pretty much the same thing, with this engine. And it's just about them understanding of how that, that process works and to make sense of it.
Right. Juels, I thank you so much. This is some great information. Guys, please like and share this video, because she's giving out some good tips. And then the proof is in the sauce.
Yes, it is.
The proof is in the sauce. She has the secret sauce to engine your music business. So guys, please make sure, Juel, can you please tell them how they can get your book, where your book is at? So the
book, you can find it on, currently right now it's on Amazon. I'll actually be publishing it throughout all other bookstores and whatnot within the next 30 days or so. But right now it's on Amazon, on Kindle as well. And then you can find me at Juels. I just noticed it was spelled wrong, just so that you guys are confirmed. It's JUELSOFROME. Everywhere you can pretty much Google is usually the best, because Google doesn't lie.
Right. That's right. So, hey, Juel, let me ask you a question. What else do you got coming up? I know, girl, you busy. I thought I was busy, but you are busy. But I'm looking for a TV deal. I got some TV stuff, so we gotta talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
I need someone to kind of help me get it out of my head and get it to where it needs to be. Because I've been doing this show for 15 years, like on Comcast, and just really doing it. But Juel, tell us what else you got coming up, where they can find you, what you got going on, what you doing, girl, what you doing.
We have so much coming up. I can't really talk too much about tentative everything stuff. Yet a few tours probably in spring, which I'm kind of excited about. I am circling back and bringing my nonprofit back, which is Building Safer Atmospheres for Entertainment. So I hope to do a lot more community events that we plan out this coming year, or 2023. I'm also, the book is kind of an introduction to a series of online courses as well. So I plan to do that, and just a lot more seminars and panels and whatnot. So I'm excited. We got quite a few things. So
I'm excited for you, sis. And I'm just pleasured to have met you. I thank God for Vanessa. She's connected me with great people, just to help those in the community get to that next level. And it's time for us to expand our horizons. Yes, and get there. And I thank God that you were able to come out today and talk to us about everything. Jules, give them your information one more time in case someone missed it.
Sure, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're so worth it, love.
You guys are great. So I saw it was corrected. So that's it there. The hashtag JUELSOFROME. I'm pretty much everywhere. You could just search it everywhere. It's the same everywhere. So yeah.
Awesome.
And then my website is jorpr.com or juelsofrome.com. So still same thing. If you Google it, everything comes out.
Awesome. Well, we're so happy for you, and we're excited for you. Congratulations on your book launch and publication. I can't wait to read it.
It's a 30-minute read, you guys. FYI, it's a 30-minute read for those of you artists, because I know a lot of us don't have huge attention span. So I did that purposely.
Yes.
I did that purposely. It's literally only 30 minutes. So don't get scared. I promise you it's going to be short to the point, and it's going to help you in everything that you're doing. So
you know what? I'm excited. I am so excited. So guys, thank you again, Miss Juels of Rome. Hey, family. Hey, we here just to have peaceful conversation and bring an antidote to the situation. And God is the antidote to everything. You heard her say she can't move without him. She can't go or do anything without God first, guys. So put him first. Trust his move.
Absolutely.
Believe. You have to believe. You can pray all day, but if you don't believe, you might as well null and void your prayer. Okay?
Well,
the prayers of the righteous availeth much and obtain the favor.
Absolutely.
Say again, Ms. Juels.
Can I share something with you?
Sure.
With everybody. So I have a lot of mentors, of course. And I've learned one of them. Well, I think even Bob Proctor said this when he was alive. Every single one of us has we are made as creators because we are from the creator. So a lot of times when you think or you have that doubt in your mind, you have to realize that then you're doubting him. And and to me, that was like, well, so powerful because, I think we all do it, and where you're just like, you just don't feel it that day. And I had to think like, you know what? You're being so disrespectful right now. We're like, I have to tell myself like, you're great. What's wrong with you? Like, because then we're disappointing him because we are made from a creator. So of course we're able to create. Of course we have the capability. Of course we're able to do stuff, but through him. And another thing that I always remember is, Bob Proctor says, the number one law, where he shared this, the number one law in the universe is order. Because if you think of the opposite of order is chaos. Yes. Well, how is it order? Well, heaven is in order. If you think of the planets and the stars, nothing's colliding. We're still here. I've been on this earth. I'm not gonna say how long, but I've been here. But I'm just saying, we are here on this earth and it's still rotating. There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in order. So when you think of those two things, like I remember these things every day throughout my day, of why I'm going to keep order, why I'm going to consistent be in whatever it is. Even when I feel like I can't make it or I can't do it, I know I can. So if at least I'll pray and I'll ask, for some direction.
you know what, Juels, I love you so much. Because you just bring confirmation to my conversation because I speak it all the time, but it's always good for other people to hear someone else say it on the other side of the world. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, order. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, yes. Talking about order and getting in order. And, we had that as a conversation piece when we were talking to men that never showed up. But however,
right.
However, we have to stay in order. We have to believe. We have to be consistent, and we don't give up. Don't give up. You know how many no's? I mean, I've had people try to buy my show for over 51% of my, I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. I'll wait. I done been through it all with it because I know God made purpose for this. This show the Antidote show birthed out of having cancer. God is the antidote to everything. The conversation piece birthed out of the COVID. Get back to the table of peaceful conversations. Bring the family back together. That people have some social skills. So just you saying that confirms what God has been saying to me. And I'm going to continue to keep pushing it to my audience. And I thank you so much, sister. I do. I really thank you so much. You are such a jewel. You really, really are. And thank you for all the jewels that you have dropped on today. We truly appreciate it. To all my music artists out there, inspiring artists, I'm an artist, I want to be an artist. Please pick up her book. Get her book. Contact the show. We'll make sure you have all the information on how to do that. She's going to help you through this book get to where you need to be. Okay. I'm talking about all my young Cardi B's, all my young Michael Jacksons, whoever, Bobby Brown, cousin, what's up? I mean, all of you guys, if you're inspiring to be something, always have a roadmap. Always have a roadmap to your success. And remember, we never fail. We always win. So I thank you again, Juels. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please contact me at 2020 Conversation Piece. That's PEACE, Peaceful Conversations at Gmail. Or you can contact me at the Antidote Show at Gmail. You can find us on all your social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all them other itches. Okay? But I thank you guys for tuning in today. Please like and share. And again, Miss Juels, thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you. I'll be out in Vegas soon. I'll be out that way soon. So we got to get together, do lunch or something.
Yeah.
We got to get connected us for a reason. He has purpose. Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we leave?
No, I think that's everything. I do have my our company, Artist Connects, which you can also follow. And that one kind of just shares a lot of all the services and stuff that we do for artists. So if you guys are interested in just seeing like, hey, what is it you guys do? That's where you can actually find it at, which is at Artist Connects. And you can also Google Artist Connects as well. With an X.
All right, Ms. Juels, and any of your artists that you like to connect with us that would love to give their story or how they got to where they are, where they're going, please don't hesitate to send them our way. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
This is V News, and we are out. God bless you guys, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and share. God bless.